Make sure to enter into our Prop Bets contest for a chance to win $400. All you need to do is be subscribed to our channel, like this video, and comment below, and you're automatically entered in. One randomly selected commenter will win $400 if we hit all of our props. Good luck out there, and let's win some money. Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast Props Ed Show presented by LineStar. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville. We've got your 5 best picks on Underdog Fantasy for Super Bowl 57, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. If you don't already have the Underdog Fantasy app, Tyler, what are you doing, right?
Absolutely. Got to get on it.
We got to get on that. We have a promo code for you below. If you use that promo code, you can get up to $100 if your deposit matched. Make sure to check that out. Also, we are using the Props Edge Plus tool on the LineStar app. Great tool to help you find the best value in the prop market. And we know everyone, people's moms, people's grandmas, everyone's going to place bets on the Super Bowl. Now, the lines are probably the toughest that they are all season.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of a challenge when you go into Super Bowl. So take that into account as you approach Super Bowl Sunday, knowing that everyone's betting it. The lines are super sharp. Do you have any advice to people betting on Super Bowl action?
My only real advice here would be just don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Stay within your means. Exactly.
Hey, but go overboard if you want to on some of those crazy props, right? I know are you putting a lot of money in on the Gatorade color?
All in.
We also got to make some money because all season long we've been trying to save up to buy the Washington Commanders so we can get rid of that mascot, Major Tutty.
And it is official that Snyder looks to be selling the team.
So let's win some money this weekend, folks. All right, we're going to start things off with Dallas Goedert, higher than 46.5 receiving yards. Goedert is averaging 56 receiving yards per game this season. He's gone over in 8 of 14 games. He had 23 last game against the 49ers. However, that game well over by the third quarter in that game. So you haven't really seen Jalen Hurts having to pass the ball that much. However, he does throw the ball a lot. During the regular season, Goedert was kind of his safety valve in this game, or in games during the season. How do you view that 46.5 line for Goedert?
Yeah, Goedert's essentially used as the third wide receiver. He's a big threat, 6'5", 250. They really can use him anywhere on the field. And some of the stats show that Kelce is really good versus the tight end, but they really haven't played that many elite tight ends. Goedert is elite. So I like the number here.
You saw Hayden Hurst last game for the Bengals have a good game. He went over his respective over with 37 yards. Kansas City ranks 19th in pass defense DVOA versus tight ends, which you mentioned they haven't faced anyone good. That DVOA stat takes into account quality of opponent. So they actually haven't been that great against tight ends. So this could easily be a spot that Jalen Hurts and the Eagles look to exploit against the Chiefs in this game. Next up, we're going to a Chiefs running back, but we're kind of going less than. Jerick McKinnon, lower than 22.5 rushing yards. McKinnon's averaging just 17 rush yards per game. He's gone under in 4 of the last 5. In fact, 71% of the time he's gone under this season. Now, if there is one chink in the armor, so to speak, of the Philadelphia Eagles all season long, it has been their rush defense. Yes. However, Jerick McKinnon just hasn't really been involved in this Chiefs offense. What do you make of that line for McKinnon?
Yeah, McKinnon has been used more as like a third down back. He, over the last 5 games, he's only had 1 game over 5 rushing attempts. And that's just not going to get it done with this line. You also have the fact that CEH is back and elevated to the active roster. He likely takes a couple touches away. So I just don't see McKinnon rushing for 23 yards.
The Philadelphia Eagles run defense, I know I mentioned that's kind of a, I guess, chink in the armor for them. However, they have been better in the playoffs. In fact, they held Christian McCaffrey and Saquon each to under 85 rushing yards, which for them, that's pretty good.
But to be fair, 49ers couldn't throw the ball, so.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. Let's look at Travis Kelce. He's always been reliable. He's been a big profitable tight end for us, especially in the anytime touchdown department. But we're saying Travis Kelce higher than 78.5 receiving yards. Kelce is averaging 80 receiving yards per game. In the playoffs, he's an absolute monster. In 8 playoff games since 2020, he's gone over in 7 of 8 playoff games. He only had 78 last game. Come on. He couldn't get that one extra yard for the bettors there. Well, he's averaging 104 receiving yards per game in the playoffs in that time frame. And going up against a Philly defense that's, not that great. They're kind of middle of the road in terms of their defense against tight ends. So when you see Kelce's line at 78.5, what are your thoughts?
Look, he is the WR1 for KC. He just happens to play tight end. Mahomes is going to look to him early and often. Kelce will need to be a major part of this game plan for the Chiefs to really have a chance here. They cannot rely on Juju and the other pass catchers to win this game.
I'm just excited for the Kelce Bowl in general. And actually, Mama Kelce's been doing a lot of media appearances because the Kelce Bowl, Jason Kelce on the other side. So it was funny that she was on their podcast that they have together, which is hysterical. And she said, you know what? I did get a daughter after all, making fun of Travis because she's like, he can dance. He wears, the outfits that he comes in with. He's so fashionable and everything. So I don't know. That's kind of fun to watch. Yeah. Fun storyline. Travis Kelce's been a fun player to watch, definitely. And
absolutely.
The best tight end in the NFL. So why not finish off the year with an over on Travis Kelce? Now it's time for us to pick our best picks on Underdog Pick'em this week. So Tyler, where are you headed for Super Bowl 57 on Underdog Fantasy?
The people are going to be a little scared of this one.
Okay.
I am going Kadarius Toney over 22.5 receiving yards. So we're going higher than that. Look, I know he gets hurt every single game. He probably gets hurt again this game, but we saw in the Cincinnati game, they were looking to get Toney involved. They got started early. He happened to get hurt. They're going to do the same again here. They need him. He is one of their best playmakers. They're going to look to him early and often, and hopefully he just doesn't get hurt till later in the game.
Hey, I'm not scared of that play, Tyler. I know you said people are going to be scared of it. I am not. You know who else I'm not scared of taking in this game is Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco, higher than 64.5 rush and receiving yards. Pacheco's been averaging 85 rush and receiving yards each game over the last 11 games. He's gone over 64 in 10 of the last 11 games. Pacheco is one of the angriest runners I've seen in quite a while, rumbling around behind an offensive line that ranks third in adjusted line yards. Pacheco also does his best work off the left end. That's where he has his highest yards per attempt, and that is where Eagles defensive end Josh Sweat has been lining up in the playoffs. Sweat hasn't had a defensive or run grade above 64 the last 2 playoff games per PFF. So I think the Chiefs will exploit that left end in this game, which will open things up for Isaiah Pacheco to have himself a game. Also, the Eagles' run defense, 21st in rush defense DVOA versus the regular season. It's been the point that they've kind of struggled with. When teams have beaten the Eagles, it's because they've been able to run the ball and control a little bit of the clock, keep Jalen Hurts off the field there. So I'm going Pacheco. He's been really fun to watch. I know you've liked him since the start of the season for fantasy purposes, and he's paid off for a lot of the owners there late in the season. I think he'll have another big game in there.
I think he'll be huge next year for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Chiefs are going to be fun to watch. Who's your pick in the Super Bowl? We going Chiefs or Eagles?
Let's go KC.
KC. I had KC earlier, and now I'm rethinking my pick, though, because I'm just seeing all this talent on the Eagles. It might be hard for the Chiefs to overcome. However, they have improved that offensive line, which is how they lost the last Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes.
Voting for the Eagles is voting for the destruction of a city because the fans will dismantle Philadelphia if they win.
I'm just glad it's not the Bills going up against the Eagles because you'd have destruction.
Oh, gosh.
It would be mass hysteria and both tables breaking everywhere.
Oh, it would be madhouse.
All right, those are our picks on Underdog Pick'em. Just to recap, we're going Dallas Goedert higher than 46.5 receiving yards, Jerick McKinnon lower than 22.5 rush yards. Travis Kelce higher than 78.5 receiving yards. Kadarius Toney higher than 22.5 receiving yards. And I'm going with Isaiah Pacheco higher than 64.5 rush and receiving yards. Lock those in on Underdog Fantasy. If you don't already have that app, make sure to download it. Use our promo code for up to $100 if your deposit match. The promo code is LineStar. Links to that are below. And check out our Props Edge Plus tool on the LineStar app. Great way to find the best value in the prop market. It's the tool that we use to come up with our best bets. And we've been profitable on the Underdog Fantasy app this season. So let's hope we go 5 for 5 and then, put it in the piggy bank. Washington Commanders.
Profitable plus entertainment. Oh, take it.
Good luck in all your sports betting endeavors in Super Bowl Sunday. And also stay tuned for our fun props show that's coming out. We're very excited. Well, I'm very excited about it. We got
All
Gatorade color. I didn't even know what an octopus was until this weekend. If you don't know what an octopus is in terms of football, you'll want to tune in. It's a thing.
Yeah, I know. You told me.
All right, good luck. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.